Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Haylee Ficuciello. Well, here we are again. Another day, another bill signing, another promise that New Jersey is about to become more affordable. At this point, I think the only thing that isn't expensive in New Jersey is the ink they use to print press releases. This week, Governor Mikie Sherrill signed the Forbidding Algorithm Inflation of Rent, or FAIR Act, into law. Now, the goal of the law is straightforward. According to the administration, it's designed to prevent landlords from using certain algorithmic rent settings software in ways that could improperly coordinate prices or reduce competition. Supporters say that's a good for renters. Critics say it won't solve the bigger problem. And that's where today's conversation begins. Because if you rent an apartment recently, bought a house, paid an electric bill, renewed your auto insurance, or simply gone to grocery shopping, you already know one thing. New Jersey isn't suffering from an affordability problem in just one category. It's suffering from affordability problem, period. The average family isn't sitting around the kitchen table saying, "Honey, it's only somebody regulated one software problem. Our financial worries would finally be over." No, they're wondering why everything seems to cost more than it did a year ago. Housing, utilities, insurance, food, childcare, construction, property taxes. The list seems to get longer every month. And here's where things get interesting. Housing pricings don't move because of one variable. They are influenced by supply and demand, financial costs, taxes, insurance, labor, construction material, local regulations, and economic conditions. Software may be a part of the conversation, but it's only one chapter in a much larger book. Supporters of the FAIR Act argue that the algorithmic pricing tool can contribute to higher rent by encouraging similar price behaviors across competing properties. Critics respond that many of these systems simply analyze markets information, and the broader economic conditions are what primarily determine rental prices. Those are legitimate policy questions, and they're worth debating because housing isn't just an expense, it's someone's home, and it's also somebody's investment. Some landlords are national corporations, others are families who own a duplex, some are retirees depending on rental income. Others are small business owners trying to make mortgage payments while paying property taxes, insurance premiums, maintenance costs, and repair bills that never seem to arrive at a convenient time. Owning property isn't free, renting isn't cheap, and somehow everybody feels like they're losing. And that's probably why housing debates generate so much attention. Everybody's calculator tells them a different story. Now let's talk about affordability more broadly. Government officials frequently say they're focusing on making life more affordable. Most residents would probably respond with a simple, "Great. When do we notice?" Because affordability isn't measured by speeches. It isn't measured by ribbon cutting. It isn't measured by press conferences. It's measured by everybody opening their monthly bank statements and doesn't immediately wonder whether they accidentally financed a yacht. That's the real affordability index. And that's why housing policy rarely have an easy answer. Protect customers from unlawful conduct, encourage fair competition, promote new housing, respect property rights, increase supply, lower costs. Those goals are all point in the same direction, but getting there is considerably harder than fitting them into the headlines. One law probably won't solve decades of housing changes. One press release certainly won't. But every proposal deserves a careful examination, especially when it affects something as fundamental as where people live. Here's what I'll be watching. Will rents actually become more affordable? Will more housing be built? Will families notice a meaningful difference in their monthly budget? Those answers won't come from Monday's ceremony. They'll come months and even years from now. Until then, New Jersey residents will keep doing what they've been remarkably good at: stretching paychecks, comparing utility bills with neighbors, checking grocery receipts twice, and wondering whether the phrase cost of living should officially become New Jersey's state motto. I'm Haylee Ficuciello. Thank you for watching, and as always, we'll keep following the facts wherever it leads. Good night.